Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, you know what I'm saying, I've been working on something like for a while now, and I'm getting very deep to the point that I'm almost finished, and I want to find like a publisher. Now, I don't want to call this a Bible, because a Bible holds certain constructs under it that everybody, you know what I'm saying, has a familiarity to. So I don't necessarily want to call it a Bible, but for this sake of conversation and for the sake of video, in so many ways it is like a Bible. You know what I'm saying? Look at it this way. There's a lot of missing pieces out the Bible that whoever orchestrated with illustrating the Bibles from the earliest times left out on purpose. Like they left a lot of Bible verses, a lot of chapters, and a lot of things out. And so the human construct will never know these basic concepts because they've been taken out. So whoever took them out know of these concepts and able to utilize these concepts to their likings if they pleases. And no one would know these sciences because they wasn't around, or their blood lineage or their family lineage wasn't around to actually experience the first templates of whatever going on. So you know what I'm saying, that's like information lost for forever. So you could kind of say my book is going to replace a lot of those informations, but in the long run, it really has nothing to do with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible puts you in a bunch of, like, every life situation is in the Bible. So that's how you know there's some truth to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But just the names, the certain situations and stuff like that, that's up for debate in the Bible. And certain time frames of when, what, when, where type of situations. But as far as the actual life situations that people be in, it may be metaphor, but the Bible have all illustrations of the situations that you're going to be in. So my book is more of an understanding of where these situations derive from. It's more of an essence, more of a like where the essence came from. So once my book come out, once people understand the actual essence of where something comes from, then we'll be able to start using our left brain to understand how those essence came about in the first place. But if we can't even get there, which we're not as a society, if we can't even get there first, then our information and our knowledge is going to be always diluted. Now, with this video right here, I want to talk about numerology. Now, there's only 10 numbers, including 0. So 10 itself is a compound number. It's not actually a number. It's two numbers itself, just like 11. Okay, in numerology, there's no such thing as power numbers or what they call that? Master numbers. Like if you're 11, if you're a life path number 11th person or 22 person, no. Don't let this is basic constructs and number usage that humans try to manipulate in order to have a perception on a concept, for that concept to be perceived in a way that people can understand it. But anything that you're understanding stands under the construct of what a human or something may have created. You have to make sure that construct is a concept willing to dive into to know if it's truth or not. And don't just take things off face value, because you could be using magic, or you could be using someone else's magic trick on yourself because of how that being lined it up. Just like your life path may be number 11. That's just number 2. But you will have this being making you think that 11 means something in itself, and since it's 2, and since it boils down to 2, you know, you're going to experience some duality amongst something. But see, when you break it down as a master number, they try to give it some more powerful annotation, like it's going to be an added emphasis onto it. No, 11 equates to 2. 2 means duality. When you look at the 1, the number 1, it's like a stick. It's like a line. It's like its lineage. It's like from the point. The 0 is the point. The 1 is the line from the point. So when you put another line in front of another line, you're going to this line is going to experience itself like a mirror. It's going to experience duality. And what's 2 and 2 together? And what's the one numbers that's not the other numbers that look like ruins and stuff like that? It looked like two ones looking at each other. Duality, right? And then the number 2 itself represents duality. So when you have a master number like 11, two ones pointing at each other, 1 plus 1 is 2. It's going to still equate to 2. So it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? And Roman numbers, that's what I meant. The Roman numbers are more of the way a number look than the actual English numbers. Roman numbers is actually the ruins and the sigils of how they're supposed to look. That been diluted too, but it's closer to the truth than the 2 like that and the 3 like that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever like that, just that and the third. You know what I'm saying? But it's still truth in that, because reason why whatever English language or whatever started putting together the numbers out of the Romans and stuff like that, what happens is 3, 6, and 9 carries some similar energy. So when it gets diluted into the language, into language and stuff like that, who made the numbers look like how you know it in the English language or whatever like that, it still points to the same energy. It's just in that language, that's how those voices and vibrations ring around that energy. So like the 2 energy, when you say 2 in English or something like that, the vibration frequency of your voice and how the shape it take is the shape of the actual how we look at 2 today, which is the, you know what I'm saying? So that's what actually does metaphysically. It's a, you know what I'm saying? It's like an energy of that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could bring into words or explain when I see numbers and colors. Like if you listen to my song Dolo Worship, not worship WAR, that's part 2. Worship WORSHIP featuring 2 Raw. And in that song, in the middle of my verse, I say, I live behind the scenes where it's only colors and numbers. Sounds come like it's thunder. You know what I'm saying? From that bar and on, I'm describing Earth from an angel perspective. How it seemed like all the planets and orbs and space itself is like a water, and all the planets and stuff is like going down a drain by the way the rotation is. The drain could be going up or down depending on how your location in space or your location in another sphere of reality. But when I say I'm up and I'm over, y'all stuck in the plunder, that's kind of like what this existence is. Oh, this you'll get it once I explain this video, and then you go listen to that when I say I live behind the scenes where it's only colors and numbers. And from that bar on, I'm explaining this realm of reality. But from being outside of Earth, from in. But the reason I said I live behind the scenes is like a yin realm type. But it's a yin and a yang in all realms. But when I say behind the scenes, that's something that's disregarding yang. And when I'm saying where it's only colors and numbers, I have to, for you to understand it, I have to explain the numbers and colors. That's what makes it yang. But if that's all I feel and see, that's what's yin. Where all I see is colors and numbers. Now colors and numbers have meanings behind it. So but if I'm talking about the shade of the color, we're getting into yang. If we're talking about the look of the number and what the number actually stands for, that's getting into yang. The meaning behind it is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So when I say I live behind the scenes where it's only colors and numbers, you know what I'm saying? You can't see with the physical 2 eyes these colors and numbers. So I'm finna break it down right now. So numerology. Let's start with 0. 0. Now, alright, before we break this down, there's 3 constructs into numerology, because there's 10 numbers altogether including 0. So we know it stops at 9. So there's 3 constructs. And I'm gonna break it down. So I wrote this down so I can keep this in my notes. So from this video point on, there's no more rambling. I'm finna go towards protocol. Alright, now 0. 0 is just being. Just being. Just being. Now you can break down all concepts and all constructs under just being. When you sleep, you just being. So you may got dreams, right? But your physical body isn't experiencing anything. So it's almost like you're just being. So all that time had went when you were asleep and you didn't even care because you was just being. So that's how we know just being actually exists here on this earth. So that's 0. 1. 1 is experiencing singularity. So now you experiencing just being. So it's something experiencing just being, right? Now, 2, experiencing duality. Experiencing that there's something that could be just like you or other that experiencing singularity just like you. So you have to think, if there's something experiencing, if I'm experiencing singularity, then there must be something else experiencing singularity just like me. So we need to have a conversation, or we need to build, or I need to find this thing, this bug, this animal, or this person that's like me, so we can come to some type of understanding of both of our perceptions. That's duality. What brings us into 3. Once mankind or numbers itself goes into 3, we start to understand that 3 is experiencing third person. So once you're 0, you're just being. You wake up. Now you're experiencing just being. That's singularity, 1. Then 2, you're experiencing duality. There's other things outside of there's other things other than you experiencing singularity. And y'all can build on that. That's duality. Now 3, experiencing third person. Once you go through 0, 1, and 2, you have no choice but to understand that there must be a concept of there's something looking at both of us. Since I was just being from 0, then I came into understanding I'm just being, which is 1, singularity. Then I understand there's others doing the same thing, which is 2, which is duality, which is no choice but us to come to 3. 3 is then what's looking at us? What created the concept of since I can see you and you can see me and we both have our own perception, what is the perception that's looking at us? So that's 3. 3 is experiencing third person. God. This is why humans think there's something outside of itself with mankind-like traits, because of the number 3. Now, I'm breaking down these numbers. This is the first, it's 3 number constructs. This is the first number construct, 0 through 3. Now, I'm saying that when I'm talking about numbers and shit like that, we're talking about the actual essence, where they come from. The number 3 essence is the reason why humans think there's something outside of itself with mankind like traits. And I just explained it. Because 0, you is just being. It's just the spirit. It's what it is. 1, you experiencing singularity. Whatever the spirit was, it want to experience itself. You know what I'm saying? So all that's going to make sense at the end of this. So 1 is experiencing singularity, right? It's the line from the dot. It's the line. Now, 2, and that's the creation of time. See, that's another video. We're going to get into that though. 2, experiencing duality. See, from 0 to 1 is the creation of time. There was something, that's another video. Please stop, Dolo. Please stop, Flight Boss. All right, look. All right, 3. Now, 3 is experiencing third person. So since I'm able to experience you, and we both know we have our own singularity, so now that it's a fact we both have our own singularity, that creates duality. Because I know that you have your own singularity, you know I have my own. So that's a dual. That's a duality. So now, the ending of the first construct is, now we have to come to a realization is, what's looking at us? What's looking at our duality? Is there something else other than duality? Can you have your perception, I have my perception, and can there be a third person? Now, I'm talking about the beginning. We're not talking about if it's already 1,000 people. We're talking about before humans, before people, just the number construct. All right, now, listen, let's get into the second construct. Now, 4 is becoming the judge. Becoming the judge. Remind you, when we just left from 3, we're thinking like, okay, so what's outside of us seeing our dualities? What's the duality of, what's the singularity of a being looking at our duality? So, it's not found yet, right? So, the basic number construct 4 is, okay, we have to be the judge. That's numbers is doing this to humans, not humans. When humans want to say they're God or this, that, and the third, it's numbers. It's not the human itself. many numbers you deal with every day, with letters and numbers, and they add and subtract all that, you're going to get it at the end of the video. 4 is becoming the judge. So 4 is basically becoming the third person. So for an example, how we went from 0 to 3, and then we have to see what's outside of us experiencing our duality. 4 is we become our own conscious of which should be the experience of our duality. So number 4 basically created not opposition, but compromising. So 4 is the creator of compromising, because look, from 0 you just being, right? From 2 you singularity, right? From 1 is singularity. From 2 you experience duality. From 3 you're experiencing the concept and construct of third person. 4, you come up with the construct of what is a third person. So if me and you can agree on, for an example, this is what 4 have created. For an example, after 0 through 3, and now we have to experience third person. Say we didn't find the third person, right? Now, we know if I pick up this rock and scratch you with it, it's going to hurt you. And you know if you pick up a rock and scratch me with it, it's going to hurt me. Then what 4 created was, we know this rock will hurt us, so let's not hit each other with this rock. So we became our own judge of what are we in. What exactly are we in when we are experiencing 0 through 3? Like I just explained. So 4 is becoming the judge, right? 5 is becoming the authority. So it's almost like once you become the judge, 5 created us, how we feel as being the judge. See, every time. And I don't even know why I keep that downstairs. I should take that shit upstairs. But yeah, like I was saying, 5 is becoming authority. So once we become, well, as mankind, I'm just talking, I say we for the sake of conversation. 4, once we become our own judge on what we're in and what we should do, what we shouldn't do, now 5 is becoming authority. 5 is becoming authority. So now we start to believe this, basically. We start to believe in our judgments. So 5 created basically law. You know what I'm saying? Because now we're becoming our own gods, basically. That's what it all boils down to. You know what I'm saying? You become the judge of which you can judge from 0 to 3. And then 5, and then when we jump from 4 to 5 is basically now living in that. Like knowing that you're the only one who's going to be able to judge something. There's not something else to judge, right? Now the final construct of the second numerology construct is 6. Becoming the third person. So you see, we got a little pattern going. The first number construct, 0 through 3, is experiencing. The second construct, 4 through 6, is becoming. The last construct, which is 7 through 9, is utilizing. We finna get there. So 6 is becoming the third person. So what 6 created is, this why humans think they could become God or godlike based on their understanding of what God is. So based on the understanding from 0 through 5, 6 makes the person think they could become this thing. So let me do a quick run back so you can get it. 0, just being. 1, experiencing singularity, experiencing just being. 2, experiencing duality, understanding that there's something like you that experiencing the same thing. 3, experiencing third person. See, and this is another thing too. 3, 6, 9 all points to the same energy. So when I break all these down, you're gonna get it. So 3, experiencing third person. You know what I'm saying? So this is why humans think there's something outside of itself with mankind-like traits. The judge. So then when we go to 4, we go becoming a judge. You know what I'm saying? You become what you think that is. 5, becoming an authority. You start to set up rules around that now, coming up with constructs, right? 6, becoming the third person. Now you feel like you're that third person that you thought was out there now. That's 6. So 6 is becoming the third person. Why humans? 6 is the reason why humans think they could become God or God-like based on their understanding of God. Now, when you put 666 together, it's still going to equal to the same number when you break it down in numerology. But the reason why they affiliate just the number 6 with evil and with evil things and evil stuff and stuff like that is based, I just proved it just now. And I didn't even have to combine those two together. You see how my science, you see how when you listen to something truth, you're able to find truth into everything you ever learned. But when it's dealing with facts and false and is it true or not, I mean not true, but is it true without the TH, or is it this, that, and third? That's when you start to get at, you have to keep learning, keep analyzing. But look, for an example, 666. I didn't even talk about this in this video. But when you talk about 666, they tie it to people who are evil, people who worship the devil, people who do this, that, and the third. Now, if you want to, people who are on my channel shouldn't even be in these programs, but when you are, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you want to dive into that, dissect what 666 mean in your program. Say you're in a religious program. 666, that means the devil. What did the devil try to do? He tried to play the role of God, right? What does the number 6 mean as truth? When you're on my channel, we talk about truth. Now, I'm breaking down truth. I'm talking about the number 6. Number 6 is becoming the third person. Why humans think they could become God or God-like based on their understanding of God. So, when you see, the elites know this. They know truth. The shit I'm kicking, it's some motherfucking elites beings out here who know this shit. I had to inject myself here in order for y'all to get the full understanding of it. But believe me, I'm not fighting a war that is something I only know about. Believe me, there's agents that's out here against me that know the exact same shit I know. You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all help. Come with me. Rise up with me, y'all, so we can develop these war systems to fight against this shit. But that's what it is. See, and they only could attack you like that through programs, religious programs and stuff like that. 666, making you thinking it's the devil, which or someone who try to be God or be God-like, which is true. TRUE is true in that program that you understand because you under that construct. So yeah, it's true. If you want to break it down in your program, yeah, it's true. But I'm letting you know that your program is based under an understanding of a construct. And that understanding of a construct is not the right way of seeing it. So it's not truth with a TH. It's just facts due to your program and what y'all think is right or wrong in that program. Which that program is sat in a program that has nothing to do with that. And that program that I'm saying what that program is sat in, that's the realm of reality I'm in. Where we're looking at programs. We're not setting up programs. We're looking at programs that's running. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, 666. In the religious program is the devil. And it's the devil trying to play God or it's anybody trying to play the role as God. Or anybody who try to be God or whatever like that. So, in your perception, it's true. Yeah, that's actually what 666 means. But with the truth, it has nothing to do with that bullshit. Nothing. It's just the actual energy. It's just an essence. It's the essence of the energy of why humans think they could become God or God-like. But keywords, based on their understanding of God. So just look at the basic construct of the understanding of God and the realm of reality we in right now. And see what everybody try to play. And look at who they try to tie 666 to. So, yeah, that is true. In this reality, fuck this reality. I'm here to change that shit so we can get to the true reality. The truth reality. Now, let's get to the final number construct, which is 7. I know y'all was waiting for 7. 7 is so much. You know what I'm saying? People, the basic construct and the perceptions y'all got around 7, woo, 21, 14, okay. Okay, but we're going to talk about the truth of 7. Let's talk about the truth of 7. 7 is utilizing your authority. Let's do a quick rundown. 0, just being. 1, experiencing singularity. 2, experiencing duality. 3, experiencing a third person, which is why humans think there's something outside of self of mankind with mankind traits. The judge. All right. 4, becoming a judge. 5, becoming authority. 6, becoming the third person, which is why humans think they could become God or God-like based on their understanding of God. 7, utilizing authority. Now, this is why they say 7 is a spiritual number or whatever like that. Now, think of everything in every program that your program ties 7 to. Even God and stuff like that, right? What does God do in your program, right? Exercise his authority. Exercise what he thinks, right? If you're not living in his presence or doing what he wants you to do or whatever, this, that, and the third, where are you going? To hell. So, in so many words, that's a God with human-like traits exercising their authority. So I'm trying to help you to understand that numbers isn't pointing, it's pointing towards humans' traits. It's not pointing towards a God. The essence of numbers is pointing towards how they play out through human traits. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get you to express. Don't tie numbers to spirituality or stuff like that. Numbers is sigils that come from a place and a construct, and they get played out through humans. It's not the other way around. It's not humans using numbers. It's numbers using humans. Understand that. And once you understand that, now you know not to be blaming something outside yourself for your misleadings. Now, 7 is utilizing your authority. 8 is utilizing your time. Now, time. What does time deal with? Lineage. Things. Perceptions. Once you utilize your authority, you can't see it be put into action unless you put the time into it. Put the time. Now, time deals with affinity. Finite things. Things that need experience. Things that need a little bit space. You know what I'm saying? So, utilizing your time. All time and everything you utilize from all the previous numbers is utilized through 8. So 8 can become infinity or it can become finite. You know what I'm saying? That's what 8 represents. And 8 is going to, when you break down 8 in so many ways, it becomes 3, 6, 9. You know what I'm saying? Which is the God complexes, the God syndromes, the God essences that humans pick up. But 8 lets you know how long it's been going and how long it's been integrated. This is why 8 represents affinity. But the truth of the matter, that's just when you break it down into programs. 8 itself is just utilizing your time. 9 is utilizing the experience of being third person. So now after you come from all the numbers and you reach 9, now you're utilizing your experience of being third person. So now you think you have enough wisdom, enough time, enough experience to actually know what you're doing and to actually express it. You know what I'm saying? So that's 9. 9, this is why number 9 people always feel the need to teach or think they have wisdom or think they're part of some type of completion or think they're type of, because it's utilizing your experience of being third person. Now, from a number perspective, it's like that's what it means. But from a human perspective, it plays out in ways of a person thinking they know more than others, thinking they've been through a lot more than others because they've been through all the numbers. They feel like they have enough wisdom and knowledge to give off. So a lot of number 9 people are teachers. A lot of number 9 people are, you know what I'm saying? I could break down numerology into the way you understand it, but I'm trying to break it down in the way of the basic concept, construct, essence of why it's like that in the first place. That's what my channel is about. You know what I'm saying? So, now that we know number 9 is utilizing the experience of being the third person. This is why humans think they can control things by having knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of a construct. So when you go through the numerology again, you know that 369 is doing the same thing, just in different realities. And the first construct, which is 0 through 3, is doing something. And the second construct, you know what I'm saying, 4 through 6 is doing something. And then 7 through 9 is doing something. But whatever it's doing is pertaining to a third person attribute. So we know there's something here outside of yourself in order for you to even be here. Right? So, when we talk about 369, 666 equals, it's the math of where the God construct comes from, basically. 369, 666, whatever numbers you want to equate to it. All that. All that is that's the essence, the math essence of where the God construct comes from. And why humans even can have a concept of God. 369, 666, whatever, those numbers is the only reason a human can even have a concept of God. The actual number, energy, essence itself. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say, well, I say, this is my shit, notepad shit, on my notes. Nigga, I wrote this shit. I didn't get this from nowhere. Now, you as a human can't understand consciousness in a way unlike your existence, because you are a cause from an effect. You came first in this plane of existence, out of the realm of just being. By being the cause from an effect, this is what makes humans try to figure out why they are here. What's the purpose and the reason? Uh-oh, lost my place. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, you came first in the plane of existence out of the realm of just being. By being the cause from an effect, this is what makes humans try to figure out why they are here, what's the purpose and reasons. What's the cause? You know what I'm saying? See, this is why humans never can understand the cause or the purpose of them being here. Because you are the cause. So once you understand that, we got a different line in the questions now. We got a different linings of understanding.